Hey guys, this is Justin again. This topic is going to be more about the choices we make ain't so bad after all. Um, I posted one blog already, and I hope y'all liked it. I read chapters 1 through 3, and I got 4 and 5 here, but I think I'm going to read 4 today. And like I said, the topic is going to be about the choices we make as humans. I made some bad choices. We all make bad choices. And sometimes we got to live with those choices because the results of them can be good or bad. But the outcome of it all can be good if we put our mind to it and come together as a people and have help from one another. This is really created so we can link together and we can help each other. You might not know me, and I don't know you personally maybe, but we can get a flow together and communicate each other. Also on YouTube. Just subscribe to the link and tell me how you feel about this video. When I was in prison, and now I'm going into the depths of Supermax lockup, the belly of the beast today. When I was there, I felt that my choices had devastated everything around me, my family, my loved ones. But as I look at it today was really a topic I was really trying to study of something that I would speak on today that'd be good and it would touch you. And it's about choices. Sometimes, like I said, the company we keep is a trouble with me. And really, the choices I make, I don't really think they're so bad after all. I think basically they were bad to society. I made choice. I've hurt a lot of people. But now, as of today, I feel more strong. The tree of life, I don't know you know anything about the tree of life, about how the tree has the roots. And it reflects. It's basically everything we do reflects on our future, reflects on people. We're a ball of energy that connects to everything in society. So the choices we make that's in our brain, of our subconscious level, it basically does recreate things in our path that affects others. And my choices were bad, but as of today, I hope it's good, and as something good can come out of it, and I can live with myself more peacefully of knowing that it did come good. I spoke to you about a couple art pieces last time, and as I told you, I write on the back of every one. I want to recap the one I showed you. This one. It's called The Mile Home, and like I said, I write on the back of each one of them, and I remember when I was looking outside the window, and you see this guy right here. This guy right here is 40 to 50 years old. He's probably on lockup still. This was in 2010. He lost his mind. That basically was crap that he had smeared all over his window. If you really look really close, you can see the crap on his window. He eats that. He drinks his urine and everything. He's lost his mind. And I know that the choices he made really created something negative in his life, but I can even use his negatives for a positive. And I hope you get a feel of the flow of this video. And bear with me with the topic I'm going to read today. After I get into chapter 4, I want to start a little network that we can work together of a regime workout. When I was working out for many years, I gained mass. I gained a lot of mass mentally, physically, and spiritually. It connected me to myself. It gave me a peace of mind of knowing that I can't be in the real world, but I can be in my heart and basically be free. And I want to go to the gym, and I want to show you some videos, and I want you to follow me, and I'm going to try to have a workout plan that we can work out together. A full week workout routine, a prison regime workout. And even though we're not in prison, we can still have that together. If you want to follow me on that, we can do that together as well. But I want to read this to you, and like I said, get on the topic of choices that we make. This artwork is called The Mile Home. That long hallway right there was the mile home. It basically, you see the reflections of every cell. It's in the depth of our soul. Art pieces to me at the time was a symbolic of the recreation of what we do with our mind, with our hand, and with the process of our thinking. When I was into the artwork, I really understood the process. Basically, I taught myself how to do art, and I didn't know how to draw. And I started studying books about it, looking at things different in life. I need you, my friend, and Paul, I need you to understand that whatever that you have created in your life now by your choices does not reflect of who you are, but it can reflect of who you become. And I want you to use your positive energy, your positive thinking to achieve everything in your life. And to know I'm as equal as you is equal to me. I'm no greater even here standing speaking to you as you're listening to me. I'm a man, but I have been around of a path of people that feel low to this world. I have a good friend. I'm not going to say his name. He got a life sentence. He had murder charges when he was 16 years old. And he had his friend die at the scene in his arms. And he told me, he said, you know what, Justin? He said, really? When he died in my arms that day, he said, I thought my life was over. I thought my life was never going to become nothing. I'm going to spend the rest of my life in this prison. He said, you need to get out there and do something with your life. You have hope. I don't have hope out there, but I can help the people in here. In there, he knows 5 different languages. He taught himself. He can speak fluently different languages. He's a Muslim, but he studies different religions, basically in touch with himself. And people that come in there, he helps them to get back on the street to be more better. So it shows me that even by his choices that he made, he became something great. And he has to live with the consequences of what he done. So the consequences of the matter of fact of the problem that he had created by his choice came good. When I get into this chapter, it's going to basically speak to you about when I was on Supermax, that place, the picture I just showed you. And I learned the process that basically to look into the depths of yourself. It's the tree of life. It's the reflection of all things. It's the knowledge. It's the power. It's the wisdom. It is the key to success to everything. When I get into the regime workout that we're about to get into later with the different posts, I want you to follow me and realize that it's about the process of your body. It's about the process of your mind. If you want to get into this workout with me, I'm going to show you the nutrients. I'm going to show basically what we can do and can't do and how to do and how we can be more fit, more clear, and more clean mentally, like I said, physically and spiritually. And this is not a spiritual concept or religion. It's a spiritual within yourself. And I hope you can follow me on that. We can do good together. Like I said, just subscribe to this link and post it, repost it, and I'm going to put it on Facebook. I'm going to check out Twitter, Instagram, and everything. And I'd like to become friends with you. Chapter 1, the knowledge before the chapter. It says, the power of a man is not by what surrounds him, but by what strength he acts upon. I wrote that a long time ago. It's a little knowledge. I used to write little sayings. And the power of a man is not by what surrounds him. It's not about what surrounds you in your day-to-day life. It's not about what you eat or what you do, whatever it is. It's about the strengths he acts upon. It's about what becomes of what you do, of the things that you have chosen, and how you act upon it. There's many ministers, there's many people that are leaders, there are many people, whatever. They use the bad for the good, and some people use the good for the bad. So it's a choice you make. Now, there's one philosophy I want to get on before I read this. Some say, what makes blue blue? What makes red red? What makes right wrong? What makes wrong right? All about the law of the universe. And we all have laws within ourselves. Some believe that it's good to wear a t-shirt unbuttoned. Some believe that you have to wear it unbuttoned or buttoned. Some believe you have to wear your hair a certain type of way. Some believe that you have to speak a certain type of form, elegant different words or whatever. They have created this universal law in their brain. But the thing is, you trust and believe in yourself that you're doing the right thing. Some people think it's the wrong thing. But the universal law is basically what we do is affected, as I spoke before in the first part. I'm speaking now, but it's more in depth. In depth as into knowing that we are people, as it says, the power of man is not by what surrounds him, but what strength he acts upon. The actions that we take, we need to understand the universal law is that we can use it for the good of helping people in the manner that where they can help others, or we can use our own thoughts and our own actions into hurting people even though we think it's right. We need to be understandable and we need to be knowledgeable of ourself, forms of identity of who we want to be. I know it's a little hard to explain in words, but at the same time, I'm trying the best I can. But the thing is, what I'm trying to say is basically live peacefully and be in the universal law of love, of caring, and have, a heart to help people that are in need. And this workout that we're going to do is going to help yourself to be more positive thinking, believe in yourself more. And if you follow it, I promise you, you will obtain your goal of feeling better about yourself. Because I know people in there that was obesity, people different, overweight or whatever, and they worked out and they became mentally strong, physically strong, and spiritually in their concept of way of thinking, of being positive. Let me start this chapter 4, and here it goes. The guards took me to Supermax lockup and threw me into a cell. Outside of it, the guards stowed away my photos and letters while packing my bag up. They didn't care about me, as I thought. I was their new meat. 96 of the most dangerous inmates in North Carolina, per se. I was shipped from High Rise Correctional Prison in North Carolina and stayed there only one day because of the riot that occurred at Foothills Correction in Morganton, North Carolina as well. The guard were mean to me at that time. At the age of 17 years old, I was the youngest guy to enter Supermax lockup in Raleigh, North Carolina. Most were around 30 or 40 years old. The beast is supposed to keep you on lockdown for four years altogether, at least. When I finally got to my cell, it was weird. The door closed, and so many stories I could tell you that happened in that cell. A shower was in my cell, and all I did was be there alone. When I finally got to my cell, it was weird. The doors closed, and so many stories I can tell you that happened in that cell. A shower was in my cell, and all I did was there, be alone, and watch the walls. The riot in Foothills Correction led me to serve the 4 years in the Beast. I spent many years on lockup. The Beast had controlled me, and all through them years, I went from A to Z in my emotions. They slammed me into a cell that day, and there I would be for many years in the unknown world called Supermax at Polk Institution. It was built for people to crack, but what I saw was back then it didn't help me, but made me into a monster at that time and the future of mankind. It made me go crazy as well. I was studying many religions and switched to every one you could imagine. Knowledge, I called it. I had power. I had power within knowledge, as I felt. I'd already been to 2 detention centers, 3 training schools, and 4 different jails and 3 prisons. At the age of a teen, I had lived a life of violence. I was told by a friend to read all I could and learn, to train one's mind and go forward and get out of the beast. So I read hundreds of books of every culture you can think of. Enlightenment was my motto. Though through the years up and down, I had my days. I was wild for a while and gave the guards a hard time when they came to my cell door. The cell had a cell door window on it that had a door panel from the outside. They would lock it up with a huge gold key from the outside once they passed out their trays 3 times a day. The window outside the cell was locked in with a key. The window inside the cell led to see the hallway as well, which I didn't go to as often. I kept to a routine daily in my own world. If the routine was broken, I felt kind of weird inside, like something was taken from me that I had control of. I couldn't spell good, so I taught myself how to write. When I taught myself the ins and outs of the pencil with art as well. There was a lady by the name of Marcy Newman that was my dear friend. She was writing me for many years on hand and encouraged me with so much love and comfort when I needed it. Her son passed on in Burlington, North Carolina, in a boat accident that pushed her to start painting again. Marcy sent me a book by an FBI writer who wrote it, and it taught me on how to learn the path of art. The book taught me the value of seeing things that wasn't seen by the normal eye. Today, this verse can go far. We as a human race cannot see the value of life or the things that are in front of us that means most sometimes. Counting myself, I see how the outside world can get one so out of focus that it forgets the truth. These art pieces I've done gave me a sense of living. Many long nights on Supermax, I about gave up living. The stress had me at times lose my vision for hours, and I would go and lay down on the cement floor and felt like I would never see again. Literally, I felt like I couldn't see again. The walls became my friends as well, my comfort. Art was my escape to a world that no one could hold but me. Guards saw how good I was. Many liked it, yet many also thought by bending my outgoing mail or throwing away would hurt me. No, it showed me I was winning the battle and could even the war. The portraits went up to the hundreds, and each one I wrote a letter on the back, and done so for many years. Each piece held a memory of pain that had me with purpose. Some I cried to, even talked to with words I'll never tell no man. The day of truth came to me as a friend. God comforted me in those years. Some months I would lose control and cry while I sat on my bed day in and day out. I had a win was all I focused on. Art. One day, as I got my tray, I saw Sergeant Raglan outside my window beat Yahya, a Muslim, with a stick and told him to go die. As I was doing my art piece, I was looking out my window and saw this sergeant, who was an officer, beat him with a stick over and over. Sergeant Raglan just came from the military station in Iraq, and he was to run Supermax at the time. He didn't like Yahya because he was a Muslim. So one day, as I ate my tray and looked out the window, the squad went into his cell and beat him badly. I banged on the window for them to quit. Sergeant saw me and told the officers on duty to come to my cell and handcuff me to open the door that led to me behind the wall, butt naked, for 10 days. So I told them to F off and come get me. They then needed to stop torturing Yahya, for he had done nothing wrong. So I told them I would not get handcuffed by them and told them to come get me in the wrong negative way. So at that moment, they got their mace out and opened the slot door and tried to mace me. I yanked the mace from them and began to spray them with their own mace. They then went to get their big tank of mace that comes in a foam and covers one cell. I put my bottoms and top thermals on and shirt over my face as a mask. The squad came in with the electric shield holder first, and 5 other guards who had sticks and gear on all over their body. They was geared up and ready to fight. I fought as a monster would, punching the stick hit me in the face, and I fell to the ground and hit my head on the metal toilet while they laid the electric shield with its strips on my body and head. As my head laid by the metal sink, they laid the strips of fire upon my body. It raced in my mind. I felt hell all over, and it melted me inside. The weakness of life played a grip on me. I figured I was dying. When I woke up, the guard had a stick on my face and dared me to talk. He told me to say one word and he would kill me. Oh, I remember the face of Sergeant Raglan, the devil in his eyes, as he and me, bloody, handcuffed, with a stick, was laid on my forehead as he awaited to hit me with it. They then took me to a bed and stripped me butt naked as they put my handcuffs on me to it. They handcuffed me to the bed. I pissed on myself and was bloody. The nurse who come to see us was used to the blood. No remorse nor pity for any inmates. Late that night, still chained onto the bed, many hours, Sergeant Raglan came into my cell. He spit on me and told me I was no good and shitless. I looked him into his eyes and told him I would survive and I would win the war. And when I do, I'll see him in hell. That day, I started to shut down. I could remember the feeling of pain so much that it burnt a hole in my feelings. I began to become numb that day. So cold. They would put razors in my food or spit in it and laugh. I was scared to even eat. But over the years of time, I mastered the feeling of pain quite well. Some of the things I have to face out here have been new to me, like the feelings of love or feelings I don't understand. I do love my family, but my relationship life and other things has been a really huge key for me of lessons. Huge. What I'm focused with is why we as felons have to have our past thrown at us forever by the choices we make. Fellow brothers and sisters, listen to me. Listen to the knowledge I'm about to give you. I've had over 5 cars and lived in homes, hotels, and had over 7 jobs, and even my own business. Nothing has held me back. Yes, we can't be politicians or fly planes or even, for God's sake, go to the military. But what we can do, if we really strive to be the best at what we do and to adapt to society and its rules, is to achieve life. Even though the evilness of man is huge, let us become the new leaders, the society of our future. I have a goal to one day start a project of greatness that will help us. It's called the Art of Light Project. I call it this is because the light is to shine on the people and bring life. We must use light to bring life into play. If this book ever sells, I want it to be used to rebuild a project to help fellow inmates come out of this place and start a new life. A new life that will support them to become educated and loved. Most of all, I want to touch them within the prison walls and give them ways from the outside to become supported to the future and children's to come. We as a race of people must stand up, must encourage the world to bring balance to the ones in the system, to not recreate an animal that will come out one day to only destroy itself and lay in front of its path. Remember the words of a wise man. It's not what surrounds him, but what he acts upon. Placement to action as action to placement. So the places that we or have been in and things that we have done can have a good or a bad effect. I remember being in that cell, and when the sergeant had put the mates to the trap, I was renegated in a negative way. But they was going to take my property, they were going to let me be butt naked, and they was going to strip me butt naked for 10 days and chain me to the bed for days. And either way, I thought about fighting, which was negative, but I was going to protect myself, which I don't want nobody in prison to do. I want to do the right things, but at the same time, this Sergeant Ragland, I told him I'll see him in hell. Hell is life to me, and hell can be as of today, but I believe also heaven can be as of today. I look him in the face right now, and I look at the world. Sergeant Ragland, and officers as yourself, as you destroy inmates and destroy their dignity, remember you're only destroying yourself, and you're in destruction to yourself. That your mind has capped that people are bad and inmates are all bad, but really in reality, you're the bad one. When I done these artworks that I have, the one I just showed you, that same window I was looking out of when they was dragging Yahya, who's a Muslim, 40-some years old, from New Jersey, good guy. He made some mistakes in life, and he was renegading his own way. Actually a peaceful guy. He didn't really bother nobody. He got in trouble because he didn't want his food and they didn't give him his food correctly, and Sergeant Ragland didn't like him. And he didn't bother nobody. He kept to himself. But at the same time, I do forgive Sergeant Ragland. That's one of the greatest powers, keys to success, is to forgive. To forgive, and it's hard to forget, but it's to actually learn from the forgiveness. And maybe it might change him as well. It could, and it's possibly in that. The topic of the choices we make, the choices of everything that we do that has the outcome to everybody, is that even in the circumstances like that, is placement to action as actions is to placement. Place your actions into a place and then react in those placements at the right timing through the lessons that's been learned, that's been taught, and value them. When we get into the next story, the third episode of the blog, I want you to realize that we're going to go into this regime workout. I want you to follow me. I want you to like it. I want you to see if you can stick to it as well into your day. I know your day might be busy and things might go on, but really we're going to go into the nutrients of what people, how they take care of themselves in there, how people stay in different routines, and I'm going to show you some of the routines I went through. I was 200 and some pounds, mass muscle, working out every day. I did push-ups. I went to cardio. I did a lot of military workouts, and it kept me physically fit. Run miles a day, done a lot of different things. And if we stick in this 4-week program, I think you might like it, and it might affect your life, and it might make you mentally, spiritually, and physically fit. And it'll teach you to grow stronger. If not, just follow and maybe link it to somebody else so they can like it to follow. But today's been a good day, and I hope that you liked the first video, and this video as well. And really, if you just pass it on, pass the knowledge on. Knowledge is like a key. What we take with that knowledge and how we open and what door that we do and use it is up to us. We take the steps through our actions. And I just remember when I first stepped in that courtroom, when I received the 108 months. I'd already been locked up for many years, and I received that 18 months. I remember them telling me that, Mr. Sheffield, your life is going to be in prison for a long, long time. I hope you learn your lesson. And I had family out there crying. I had things that was going on, and they handcuffed me, and I've already went back into the jail. I remember feeling so cold, and I was already so alone, but I knew that this journey was going to be a long one, so I reacted in a lot of negative ways. I didn't go to school for a long time. College is because I wanted to be around the people making the money, the drug money, hustling this, hustling that. How can I get this transaction, put this hit on this person, hurt this person, and making how I can get my rank in there respected. Because I live by a motto of negativity. They called me Country Black was for a reason, because of the black heart that I had, and I felt at the time. But really, let me tell you something. All the people that want to be a bad butt, excuse my language, want to be act like they're hard and sag the pants and that crazy, truly indeed are hurt. We can judge him, say, look at that guy with his baggy pants. He's acting like he's all this, acting this. Or how can we as a people come together and say, look, these people are hurt. We need to come together in every race and every people in every place and say that they have a story to tell also. And maybe their mind is in a negative sense because the teachings, the bringing up, what they've been brought. But it's not mean that they're bad people. Just because the fruits is bad, the roots might be bad. So how can we regroup and come together and reroot the negative and plant some good stuff? There might be flowers that come around that beautiful tree. I appreciate all y'all, and I want to tell y'all that I love y'all. I give a shout out to my sisters like in Seattle. Tell you all I love you, and Twitty, my auntie, tell you I love her too. Guys, today I want you to do one thing for me. One thing, if you can. I want you to tell somebody that you love them. Tell somebody that you appreciate them. Tell someone how special they are. Whoever it can be, just pick someone outside the street. It could be a family. It can be anybody. I want you to tell them that you appreciate them, and I promise you're going to leave feeling a lot better. And I want y'all to follow me when I have this regime workout, and I want a topic, 4-week plan, and we're going to go day by day on it. I'm going to try to do it the next blog. If not, I might read the chapter 5, then go with that, then get back into the book. But I need your subscribes. I need everything. I need your comments. I need to understand what I'm doing wrong or what I can say more and how I can get out to the people. And I want to become friends with you. I think friends is really good. I do count the friends on the 5 fingers of my hand, but at the same time, I would love to become associated with good people, because truly, y'all, there's some good people out there, and there's a lot of connections out there. There's a lot of people that are succeeded, that's been through a lot in their life that they can talk about, and I like to bring up as well. But I give y'all my love, and I give y'all my respect, and everything. And y'all have a good one. And remember, live life to the fullest. And and next time we'll also talk about the pictures and the artwork, and I'll try to go about different process of different artwork about that too. And y'all have a good one, okay?